I think it's time to say the Democrats, they have to go. They have to go. It's over. They need to grow a pair of balls. Everyone is sick of out of touch, rich Democrats that can't look an American in the eye and explain to them that everything's fine. You know, we have these economists saying the economy is fine and you're not actually hurting. And lo and behold, when the election happens, more than 50% of people once again elect Donald Trump, who is a convicted felon. In 4K, 60 frames a second, you could look through 800 pages of evidence and testimony and deposition that he tried to overthrow our democracy. And now he's the president once again. So that's just, it's fucked up. And I guess there's lots of things to blame, but one place to start is people are just, they are completely disconnected from the DNC and elite, rich, old white people thinking they can relate to the working class American, which is not true. They could talk until they're out of breath that economists are saying everything's fine and inflation has gone down, but there's just some disconnect when 55% of Americans voted for Donald Trump, and they still see that groceries have doubled in price and they'll never be able to afford a home. Shit's fucked. And for nearly 20 years, establishment Democrats, ever since 2008, they saw Barack Obama lead a grassroots campaign when they were trying to get Hillary Clinton propped up to be this next great change for the party, resulting in this just whirlwind of bullshit that you had to see just an inauthentic person go up against Donald Trump. So, and whether you hate Donald Trump, he's authentic. He tells you to your face that he's gonna fuck you in the ass. Now we have a felon as a president. So it's been what, 8-9 years now, where if you were left leaning, you're demonizing men and saying they're the source of all your problems. And why should you not expect that as a result men are just gonna turn to the right and vote for Donald Trump because they're not being heard? So Democrats, they have to take a lot of the blame. Just too many moving parts. Inflation. Joe Biden should have dropped out earlier. It just, I don't know what else to say. We can't deal with geriatric 70-year-old white rich people thinking what's best for us and just getting fucked in the ass over and over again every cycle. We are the richest country in the world and we don't have affordable health care, which is unbelievable. And this is the result. So people are sick of Democrats. They're sick of old people. We need an actual figure that can identify with the average American. We need someone charismatic and younger, ideally, that empathizes with us and is a skilled communicator. Not to say that I dislike Kamala Harris, but she was not a gifted communicator, and she came across as inauthentic and did not run a primary, which is not necessarily her fault. It's more Joe Biden's fault. But and this is the result, that Donald Trump not only wins the electoral but wins the popular vote. So Democrats, you need to change. You need to grow a pair of balls. And I'm not saying that it needs to be a man when I'm using that phrase, but I mean you need to reel back in young men, because you can't just fucking demonize them and expect them to stay with you. And the DNC pushing unlikable, just corporate safe, quote unquote, picks to fight against Trump. And whether you believe he's a criminal, I mean he is a criminal. He was convicted, but I mean, just regardless of the fact that he's a criminal and deeply flawed, he's a likable person to over half the country. And you have to admit he's funny and he's charismatic, and that appeals to a lot of people. And what do Democrats pick? They pick Joe Biden, who, whether or not he literally has dementia, He certainly is showing signs of Parkinsonism and can't finish a sentence. Stays in the race too long, drops out with less than a year to go, leaving Kamala Harris to take over. Who, I mean, she's not a terrible speaker, but she was not charismatic and unlikable to many voters, obviously. It's a disgrace. Democrats need to wake up and grow a pair of balls. And I don't care if it's a woman or a man, but they need an actual likable figure who can connect with people's grievances and be charismatic and have a sense of humor and show that they are truly empathetic with the working class American. Because obviously the Democrats are out of touch. And all right, that's all I got.